Welcome to the Steve Reeve Podcast with the best moments from the past week and a few things that didn't make it to air. Thursday.
They scraped up a pile of ice from hometown rinks that the members of the Oilers did their early lacing up at, and they added it to the ice sheet mix at Rogers Place in Edmonton ahead of Game 1 last night in time for the full run of the at least Edmonton games in the final series here for the Stanley Cup Finals. I think this is so cool. What a great idea, and really connecting and making it visual in your head that, like, hometown hockey is where it all starts. It's where the NHL really has its roots. It's where it draws everything from. It's just, it's vital. It's a part of the tapestry of life in Canada, and to just be able to kind of think back to these giants of the league and how they one time had much smaller skates that they were putting on, and much smaller rinks. So, for instance, they had one scraped up from the Burnaby Winter Club where Nugent Hopkins played, the North Shore Winter Club where Kane came from, and like a lot more. I don't do the whole list, but I think the most impressive inclusion was ice from where Connor McDavid got his start. I'm not sure how they shipped that thermos all the way from heaven, but they made it happen.
It's time for Cruz Music News with Steve Reeve.
The All-American Rejects, who have been playing backyard concerts at parties and as well getting a little bit of friction from the law because of it, have now ventured into the OnlyFans territory. At least frontman Tyson Ritter has, launching a free OnlyFans, saying, get a taste of full frontal rock and roll. Maybe you'll pay 69 cents just because we're little cheeky cats. No guarantee of exactly what is going to be shown, but apparently, according to his other social media handles, they've been growing increasingly not safe for work. So very likely there's going to be an eyeful. Jeff Buckley, the documentary about him, is coming to, at least to some cinemas this summer, and then obviously probably hitting a streaming service of some kind. It's called It's Never Over, and of course is focusing in on the late musician who died far too early at the age of 30 in 1997. Huey Lewis in the news. Not and the news, but he says he won't give up recording music. Now, he, of course, has had serious medical issues that have compromised his ability to play music and certainly to listen to it. He lost hearing in both of his ears in 2018 in a downward trend of his ability to hear, and it finally hit the point where he's clinically deaf. Says he can't hear music, but despite that, still proclaiming he's not going to be giving up on recording music. He just has to adapt to being able to do it in a different way. That's very cool. That's it for your music news this morning.
You're listening to the Steve Reeve Podcast from 100.5 Cruz FM.
We got the trailer for it on the blog at cruzradio.com. The new James Bond game that's been officially announced with a full title and everything, called James Bond, or 007 First Light. And it's about how he's going to be earning that 00 status. I mean, you might remember it's kind of what happened, though not in the same way, but that's kind of what happened at the beginning of that first Daniel Craig movie, Casino Royale. And it was such a great sequence. But my friend nailed it. He said, we're getting young James Bond? You mean like James Bond Jr., that cartoon from the early 90s? Oh, how that opened up pathways in my brain once again.
Look out, he's coming through. He's got a job to do while he rescues the girl. James Bond Jr. chases down around the world.
Wow! Around the world. That's exactly what this new James Bond First Light game reminds me of. And it got me thinking about that trend in the 90s of juniorizing literally everything. I think the pinnacle was probably Muppet Babies, but then you also had young Indiana Jones and young Hercules with Ryan friggin' Gosling. And, it's still kind of going on today. Might not be as obvious, but you got things like Young Sheldon, for sure. But also shows like the Young Jedi Adventures for Star Wars, which is just an awkward choice considering Order 66 and what happened in the prequels. But, that's a whole different story. James Bond Jr. is what I want you to remember right now. Joining me here in studio, this is a treat. We already got the giggles. This is so good. It's the Northern Spirits football team. Now, this is historical. It's the first ever all-women, all-girls Indigenous football team in the world. And we also got Coach Dylan Elias. How you guys doing? Say hi.
Hello. I'm good. Hello.
So who do we got? What are your names?
I'm Kaylee Boucher. I'm number 17 on the Northern Spirits.
Yeah.
I'm Gabby Gladue, and I'm number 51 on the Northern Spirits.
I'm Shakai Kachuk, number 27 on Northern Spirits.
Cool. I know you're very busy. You got school on the go and everything, but you guys have had an incredible season. Now, we know it was a little bit of a heartbreak just over the weekend. You guys were out of town and having a championship game. Didn't turn out. It was a loss nonetheless. But before that, let's backtrack a little bit. This is history in the making because you guys made it into the championships for the first time. You guys came off of a 5-game winning streak. How was that feeling? Like the win after win after win. You guys must have been on cloud 9, right?
Honestly, making it to the championship, it was shocking. I couldn't believe it. I don't know. It felt really good.
I believe making it to the championship was crazy and really shocking, but I know we can do it after all these years of trying so hard over and over and not giving up after every loss. We made it to the championship, and it was good.
Yeah, it must have been so crazy. And so 2 of you have been with the team since it started in 2019, yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So as you've seen it, right? I mean, I think first season didn't even win a game.
No, it was
get
tough.
to 5-win streak. How did that feel with the growth over the years?
For the past few years, not winning a game and being able to come up and win a game, it's felt nice.
It's like some hard work payoff, right?
Yeah.
We're excited from getting first downs to getting touchdowns and then winning games, and now we're really second in the league, and I believe that's really awesome and shows you how far we came. I meant.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, you guys definitely achieved. Like, that was huge, and that was your last season for the 2 of you. So what?
All 3 of us.
All 3 of you. Okay,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So, what are you going to take with you going forward? Like, what is a lesson or an experience, a memory that you hold dear from the Northern Spirits?
Probably the bus rides. I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to miss it lots.
You're not practicing, you're not training, you just get to chat and talk to each other, hang out together, and I'm sure the team gets to get a little bit closer on those trips, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take away all the good and bad wins and losses we had. I feel like the Northern Spirits made me really love football and grow lots and getting close with not even my friends but my cousins and people who are my family.
I would say the discipline that I was doing,
For sure.
and then it going on to the field later on, because that just made me, I don't know, I felt pro.
Yeah.
It felt really good.
The discipline that it takes to train and to put that down on the field and to put the hours in, put the effort in and everything. I mean, and it's also a show, right? It's also entertainment. So, I mean, you guys can be stars. That's cool.
Yeah.
Own it. That's wicked. I know you guys are going to be moving on, but the team is not. It's going to be continuing to build on this progress and success that you guys have seen. And maybe you guys are going to find yourselves in the stands for a championship win someday. You know? You never know, right?
You should try football, even though it may seem scary, it may seem rough, but it teaches you a lot of life lessons, and this teaches you about discipline, teaches you about not giving up when things are tough, like keep going on when you're tired, and it teaches you a lot. So I think you should try football, even just going to practicing football. It teaches you a lot.
Straight up. Yeah, great. That's so awesome.
Just really proud of these 3, and we wouldn't be able to accomplish what we did this season without these 3 right here. Gabby and Shakaya just holding down the D-line, unstoppable up front when they were on their game, and then Shakaya running when we needed 4 yards, give her the ball, she's untacklable, and then Kaylee over here leading the league in quarterbacking, leading the league in touchdowns and passing yards, and we really just I'm proud of these 3 and everything we're able to accomplish.
Yeah, you guys are inspirational. I mean, just the idea of putting the team together. I mean, it's a proof that if you put some effort in and you work towards the goal, you can make something happen, because it's historic. First Indigenous girls tackle football team in history right here in our backyard. That's not something small. That's huge. So thank you guys so much for taking the time. I know you're very busy. You got school you got to get back to and everything, but I hope you have an awesome time. Whatever comes in your future, keep those lessons you learned at heart, and you're going to do well. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'd just like to say thank you to Paige for getting us awesome jerseys, and to BME for getting us awesome windbreakers, and to Boucher for getting us awesome hoodies, and just announcing a new partnership we have with Keano College.
Wicked. Yeah. More and more growth, more and more things coming for the future, guys.
Friday. Now you can rent yourself a friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
Learning about this, it's an Ontario app called Friendly Connections that has people renting out a buddy for an hour or 2.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
And it does sound super sad at the first reaction, but then you kind of learn about some of the reasons that people have already had for hiring out a guy.
He's not your guy, friend.
People match with shared interests. Some people have had this turn into just hiring somebody for a conversation about tech or business, or to fill out a pickup hockey team just in time for a game. Presumably, it will also be very useful for any TV sitcom trope shenanigans where a character lies themselves into a pickle and then, needs to save face with a friend. I can see that being very useful.
I'm not your friend, buddy! We're not your buddies, guy! I'm not your cat friend!
We may just have our Paul Stanley when it comes to the upcoming Kiss biopic. We've only heard just kind of limited things about, but there's a rumor, there's a floating information that Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers is going to be portraying Paul Stanley, and of course would be then providing his own vocals to sound alike to some of the Stanley-led songs from the repertoire. Shout It Out Loud is not going to be available for quite some time. Of course, entering production either at the end of 2025 or more likely at the start of next year. And Bring Me the Horizon put out a cover of Oasis's Wonderwall in January of this year, one that Liam Gallagher of the band has already described as absolutely incredible, but apparently they have not performed it live. That is, until this week. They're in Cologne, Germany, and they finally played that in front of fans who absolutely lost their minds. I think that's because love for Oasis is ramping up and the hype is improving as they're getting close to doing their Live in 25 reunion tour. It was preview night for Ballerina. I'm sorry, no, that's not the full title, although the full title is kind of a dumb mouthful. From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. I think they could have just gone with the one, but they wanted that name recognition. They wanted it to be clear, even though they put the character in the movie, that it is a John Wick adjacent film, and totally an enjoyable popcorn flick. It's your spoiler-free Steve review. Ana de Armas can absolutely more than carry an action flick. Her stunt work is just awesome. If you saw the most recent Bond movie, No Time to Die, she was great doing her own stunts in that. The fight choreography is on another level in this one. All of the stunt work is awesome. And with her and Keanu Reeves on screen together, there's a lot of pretty to look at. I took my girlfriend last night. She was shaking her arms. She was reacting big to so many of the action beats. It was so much fun. I was practically watching her, not the movie. But do you need to watch the 4 previous John Wick movies before this to even get what's going on? No, not at all. Not even a little bit. But do you need to watch them just because you need to watch them? Yes. Absolutely. What are you waiting for? And for those who have seen them all, this one, I would say, feels a little closer in tone to the first 2 John Wick movies than the latter 2. Hope that helps. Happy movie watching.
Transmission over. Want more Steve? New podcast episodes happen every Friday, or just tune into the Steve Reeve Show. Weekday mornings starting at 5:30 a.m. on 100.5 Cruz FM.